Hola, ¿cómo estás? Ven aquí, ven aquí. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome to the 4 people that was sitting in here waiting for me to come in here and go live. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. DPG, is the mic good? Ryan, is the mic good? For those that's going to catch this on the playback side, this is a live feed video. All right, so I'm just not talking to myself. King D-Raj in the building. What's going on? Bro, what you done heard, B? Hey, listen, I might have to create a show called I might name my show or create a show called I Heard. You know what I'm saying? I heard. And we just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I heard. Guess what I heard today? Yep, I sure did. I heard it. Heard it in a video on YouTube. Had me scratching my head. Not only because my braids was itching, because I was confused on it. What's going on in the rankings? Well, I see you in the building. Daryl Gully, what's good? What's good? What's going on, everybody? Give you guys a couple more minutes. At this moment in time, if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. All right. On this channel here, I give out trucking information, trucking business, motivation, inspiration, all that good stuff. All right. That's what goes on over here at this channel, Trucking with Loshawnparks. All right. And at this moment in time, if I can get all, let me see, 7 and 9 that's in here right now to hit the like button, I would appreciate. I truly would appreciate that. Okay. Or for those that don't like me, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always gonna be those that don't like me. Just go ahead and dislike it. That's cool. All right. It lets me know where you stand. Don't hurt my feelings. It just let me know where you stand. Okay. Like, nah, I ain't feeling you. Johnny Price in the building. What's going on? Annette Davis, to see you as well. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the show, because what I done heard. And whenever I hear something, I think that I'm just gonna start coming live and bringing to y'all what I heard, not to debunk anybody's information or anything, but just to bring some truth to what I know. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff is common sense, but as the saying goes, common sense ain't so common nowadays. A lot of people will try to make it more technical than what it needs to be. Apocalypse in the building. What's going on? I see you in the building there, young boy. And shout out to everybody else that's in here. But common sense ain't so common. Alright? And that's why a lot of people like to watch LoShawn's channel. That would be me speaking in third person. Like to watch my channel because I kind of like dumb it down for y'all a little bit to where y'all can understand it a lot better. Okay? Whereas other people will try to make it technical and have you lost and all this, right? So yeah, right? But this is what I done heard. Oh, today on the video. Are we at the 5-minute mark? We got a couple more minutes. But fuck that. We get into it. I'm telling you what I done heard in the video. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, it's not really. Some people can get lost in the sauce on this information. But on a video, I heard an individual say, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on another situation that I heard. Nipsey Hussle's twin. I appreciate that. That's a large shoes to fill. But I heard on this video that an individual says that spot market or companies that run spot market are better, so to speak, than companies that have contracts or have contracted freight. And this individual felt like it was better because with this individual's authority, or with this individual's them having their own authority and them basically having their trucks pulled from the spot market, that there was only one cut. Okay, there was only one cut, and the one cut was the company's cut. So example would be this: if you're working for a owner-operator carrier that says that they're going to give you 80% of the bill, 90%, whatever number, okay, let's just say 80% for all intensive purposes on this video. they're going to give you 80% of the load or of the line haul or whatever. All right, they give you 100% fuel surcharge, they give you 100% detention, all that good stuff. That's good. All right, let's not move away from the focus point here. All right, and the focus point is this. Yes, they will give you 80%, right? They'll give you 80%. But as I've preached before, is you have to figure out you're getting a percentage of what? Now, with that being said, if you're with a carrier that's going to give you 80%, and that carrier authority, whatever, is getting 100% of the freight bill because they have a direct shipper or a direct customer, then yes, you're getting a true 80%. Okay, because that's their direct customer. They're getting 100% of the bill. They keep 20%, and you're getting a true 80% off of 100%. You feel me? But when you're working on the spot market, which we all know, spot market freight technically is not direct customer. Okay, the only person on the spot market who has the direct customer is the broker. Okay, or the brokerage, or whoever it is. Okay. And if you are an owner-operator authority or carrier, and you get your freight from the spot market, i.e. meaning brokers or agents, because you're an individual, so you're not getting 100%. Now, so that I don't lose people, and I know some people may say, well, give a better example, or dumb it down, because that's, once again, that's what I'm going to do. Say Parks Motor Group. I got my own authority. I hire on you, the owner operator. So you bring on your truck, or at least you a truck or what have you, okay? And I say that I will give you 80% of the load. You got to pay me 20%, but you have to pull off of the spot market, meaning load boards, have a broker, somebody of that nature, okay? Me as Parks Motor Group, I don't have the direct contract, so I'm not getting this directly from a shipper that I'm getting 100% and keeping 20% off of the 100% from the direct shipper, a true number, okay, that's coming in. So with you being the owner operator, you're going on the spot market, you're getting it from a broker. Now, I hope everybody's able to follow with this, right? Now, when you're getting it from a broker off of the spot market, well, you don't know what the broker is actually getting it for from the direct shipper, okay? The broker puts out what is known as a rate con, okay, where people negotiate the rates on the spot market and negotiate their rates. And a lot of people feel like when they negotiate the rates and all this stuff, and that this broker or this agent sends you a rate con, that they're sending you actually what that broker is getting from the shipper. And people, I'm here to tell you, 9 times out of 10, you're not getting, or you're not seeing on that rate con what that broker is getting 100% from the shipper for, or from, shall I say, all right? Follow me with this. Example. I'm the broker, I have a direct contract with this customer. Let's just say Kellogg's, okay? I have a direct contract with Kellogg's to move this freight. I get 100% of the bill in as the broker. Now let's just say this load, per load, is paying $5,000 to move this load, okay? Let's just, once again, we're just playing with numbers. Don't nobody be like, oh man, where's that at? Just say they're paying me $5,000 to move each one of these loads out, all right? Now, as the broker, I know what the true 100% is that's coming in. As the driver or the owner operator that's negotiating with me as the broker, you don't know what I got it from the shipper for, okay? You don't, okay? You just know that I'll sit here and say, I want to keep 50% of this. So I see that this load is paying $5,000. I got it $5,000. I'm gonna put it on the market for $2,500. All right. Let's just say $2,500 to go 1,500 miles or whatever. Play with numbers to make it safe. Let's say $2,500 to go 1,000 miles. So that means the load pays $250 a mile. When you look at it, it's like $250 a mile. And anybody would jump on it and be like, oh shit, let me get that $250 a mile. Okay. I'm making bank. I'm getting money. I seen the rate con. Okay, they send over the rate con to me. All right. What you're not realizing is he's getting it for $5,000. Okay. He just cut that damn rate 50%. And as the owner operator or the individual of that truck that's doing negotiating with him, you will never know. Ever. And I mean ever. The only way that you will know is if you go to that shipper when you go to pick up and you speak with the transportation or the warehouse manager or whoever's shipping it out, or shipping clerk or ship manager, and ask, how much are you guys paying for these loads? And they say, oh, the broker didn't tell you? No. Or whoever you got this load from? No, you don't know. So then you sit down with them and they may or may not tell you. They may tell you these loads are going for $5,000. It's going to piss you off because you're going to say, well, damn, the broker is giving this to me for $2,500. Damn, it really is $5,000. But you was getting it for $250. But what you're not realizing, he cut 50% out of that shit, right? Before you opened your mouth and tried to figure out really what the rate was on this shit, and then you found out it was $5,000, and then you realized that the broker gave it to you for $2,500. He cut 50% out of it. So once he cut 50% of it out and left you at $2,500, now if you're leased onto a company, an owner-operator company that says we will give you 80% of 100% of the freight bill that comes in, all right? So out of that $2,500, you get 80% and the carrier gets 20%. But you really technically got 100% of 50% because the broker gave it to you at 50%. He didn't give it to you at $5,000 and took off 10% and then gave it to you at 90%, you know, and he only, because a lot of people have this misconception that brokers and agents only take 10%. Don't be fooled, okay? Do not be fooled by that shit. They don't, okay? They can take up to any amount of money they want to, okay? And put it out there on the market and make you fall for the okie doke because they will find out what the average is or what have you, and then you roped in. So now you got 50%, you got 100% of 50% from the broker, okay, the real number, and then your carrier is going to take 20% out of that $2,500 that you got, out of that 50% or the 50% of 100 that you got. You see what I'm saying? I hope I didn't lose y'all on that. All right, I see some of y'all down in the comments saying exactly, so y'all understand what I'm saying. But it baffled me because the individual was like, you're only, as an owner-operator that's on with a 100% owner-operator company, you're only getting cut one time. No, you're not. All right? You don't know, if you're pulling from the spot market, you don't know what the fuck that broker is taking off of that load at all. Okay? And if you was to call the broker on there and say, listen, what are you getting from this shipper? What is the shipper paying you to move this freight out? I can almost 100% guarantee you that broker is never going to tell you that. He's never going to send you that actual sheet of what he's getting them for, the reason why he wouldn't, and he would be a fool if he did it. I wouldn't expect him to do it, but he would be a fool to do it because if he shows you that, then guess what? You have just became to him competition. Because if I show you that I'm able to get these loads at $5,000 a load out of this place, then you can come in and you can underbid me as the broker and say, and come and tell the shipping clerk, I'll move these for $4,000. You just cut that broker out $1,000 and he just lost his contract. Okay, so they're never going to tell you the real number that they get it from the shipper. I wouldn't expect them to because it would be very terrible business for them. Okay, very terrible business for them. But you, as the driver, will never know that number, even if you was to ask the broker and say, man, listen, just keep it 100 G with me. What are you getting from this shipper? They're never going to tell you that shit. And then the biggest thing that they like to tell you is, this is all I got in it. All right. KB one time on the check and I see you. All right. But y'all see what I'm saying? So you got 100% of 50% because they put it out there at 50%. And then your carrier is giving you 80%, telling you that it's 100% of the freight bill. Yes, 100% of the freight bill from the brokerage or from the broker that's sending it down to factor it. All right. So now you got hit for half of the money off, and then the carrier is going to charge you 20% too on top of that. So Jesus. I mean, even at 100% owner-operator carrier where you're pulling your own spot market freight, you're still getting cut twice. And you don't even know it. The only way that you're not getting cut twice is if you're at a carrier that has 100% of the freight bill, and they say that they're giving you 80% of the 100% of the bill that comes in from a direct shipper, a direct customer of theirs. But as long as you're pulling from a broker or from the spot market, you will never know how much that broker is getting from that customer directly, ever. So you're still technically getting cut twice, just as much as the guys that's on the logistics side at Prime, doing what I'm doing, okay? Doing what I'm doing. Comes in at 77%, Prime gets 23%, and so on and so forth. And then if you're with a carrier, they're gonna get their cut, you know what I'm saying? If you're at least on a carrier that's on the A-Fleet side, they're gonna get their cut. You know, for instance, like with me, it would be 7%. So 77% comes in, you leased on to me, I'm gonna take 7%. So you're gonna get a true 70% of 100% from the direct customer. All right. So with me, you'll get a true 70%. All right. It ain't gonna be none of the other shit because Prime has their direct customer. All right. That is the direct customer that they're pulling from. Now I know some people are gonna say, well, how do you know that Prime is showing you the real rate? As part of as doing business and being truck drivers, once again, like I said, you will never actually know that number unless you have that direct contract. So you'll never know if even the carrier or the broker or whoever is ripping you off, ever, unless you have your own authority and you have that contract to yourself and you know what the true rate is that's coming into it. Period. How does Prime get paid by you? How does Prime get paid by me? Prime takes 23%. Prime takes 23% of the 100% that supposedly, once again, I say supposedly because I don't know. I don't have the contract. Prime has the contract. They'll never show me the true rate. And if they do, then kudos to them if they show them on the settlement, which they do show a number on the settlement saying what they get from the carrier. But do I know if that's a true number? I'll never know that. You know what I mean? That's to the wondering mind. You'll never know. Okay, they could put on the thing saying 3,500, and then after they're 23% cut and you're 77, this is what you get. But will I ever really know like that's the true number from the shipper that they got was 3,500? No, because I don't have the contract. Somebody says, so you make 7%. Seems legit. Yes. When I get my authority and I'm on the A-Fleet side, 77% of the bill comes in to Parks Motor Group, and I only take 7% and I pass down the rest of the 70% to my drivers. According to, once again, Prime, it's a direct shipper, so it would be 70% of 100% of the actual bill that comes in. Once again, like I said, according to Prime, but I'll never know that. 7% is better than none. Yeah. But that's I wanted to make sure that I passed that out because I heard that and I was like, yo, so if you really think because you work for 100% owner-operator carrier, such as like Jones was, such as like Landstar is and stuff like that, and you think that you're getting 65%, like for Landstar, 65%, with Jones it was 74%. If you think you're getting a 74% of a true 100 and you end up pulling that load off the spot market, or you got it from a broker, or you got it from an agent, and you didn't get to really see, you see a rate con, but a rate con ain't nothing, no other than them typing it up from their agency saying how much they offered you or you and that individual negotiated the load for. It doesn't show what they're actually getting from the shipper. All right, and that's their prerogative. They don't have to ever show you that at all. And if they're smart, they wouldn't show you that. Okay, because then you become a competitor because you can go in there and lowball them. That's why so many companies have and drivers are so guilty of this shit, right? They show their paychecks, and on their paychecks it shows like how much they're getting on this load or how much this shipper is paying. And that's why in contracts or in rate cons, you got to read your fine print, because agents and brokers will sit there and tell you, do not disclose this rate, because they don't want you disclosing it, because then if you do, you kind of like put them out there to where a person can come in and kind of negotiate for it, okay? If they see the real rates. I know at Prime, they will fucking, and shit'll get you in a lot of trouble at Prime if you are actually showing your settlement and showing the rate, because now you put kind of like Prime out there to where people can come in, and trust me, they're watching. Brokers are watching, agents are watching, companies are watching to try to see what the rate is for wherever Prime is pulling that load from, or any mega carrier or anybody or any agent or broker at that point. At that being said, is pulling from out of that certain area, so then they can go in there and try to infiltrate it. So yeah, because make sure that you watch that, because a lot of times they put that in their paperwork or in their contracts or in their rate cons, that you can't disclose this number. You know what I'm saying? You can't say what you're getting, because then you put them up against competition. Either know how to play it or get ran over. Yes, that's true, Mob Trucker. That's true. It's a dog. Listen, trucking is a doggy dog business, especially if you're in it on the business side. Like, you gotta, once you understand all of this shit that goes on in the inner workings of trucking, don't nothing fool you. Like, no more. Like, nothing fools you, nothing shocks you, nothing amazes you. Like, you don't even look at it like it's a dirty game no more. You just start to figure out how to maneuver in it so that it becomes profitable for you. All right? Instead of worrying about what everybody else is getting, what cuts and all this other stuff. It's just, if you used to sit down and break down what everybody cut is getting in trucking, man, I don't even think we would have truck drivers, to be honest with you, because it's a doggy dog game, period. It's a doggy dog game, and that's the way it go. That's the way it go. All right. And real quickly, another thing that this individual said is that they don't believe in cost per mile for your operation. They believe in cost per day. You know, I don't believe in cost per day. I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe in cost per day. To me, cost per day individuals that are out here running, those are the ones, and this, once again, my opinion, all right, those are the ones that are stepping on rates, okay, period. Those are the ones that keep rates low, okay? Because here's an example, all right? If you ran your cost of operation per mile, okay, opposed to per day, you would say, I need $1.50. So then you know that you need to say, I can negotiate with the broker at $2.50 a mile, to where it can start making the rates go up for everybody, okay, for everybody. Now here's the bad thing about cost of operation per day. Let's just say you have low expenses, all right, your truck is paid off, your trailer's paid off, you ain't got no bills at home. Your cost of operation for you to make money for that day, to include all your bills and everything that you need to pay for, you need to make $200 a day. Let's just say you need to make $200 a day, all right? So being that you need to make $200 a day, you'll settle for anything past 200 because it starts turning into profit, okay? So let's just say this load is going 300 miles and paying $500, okay? That shit really ain't that great, but the guy who looking at it cost per day says, well, listen, $200 is my break-even mark, okay? So anything past $200, I start profiting. So hey, I'll be the one who takes this for $500, and you step in on the rate, because once you take it for $500, then the brokers and agents will start trying to move it for that, because they already had one person that moved it for that. So you started a trend of making the rates stay low, okay? You didn't make the rates go up because your cost of operation per day was only $200 a day. So when you see a load that's $500, you look at it like, I can make $300 profit. I'll be the Joe who takes that and basically fucks everybody else, okay? And this is why the rates will stay low, okay? And that lane will stay low is because those jokers who run off of cost per day steps on the fucking rates, period, all right? Opposed to the guy who says, all right, I know my cost of operation is $150. I'm trying to get $1 over that, all right? I'm trying to make $1 a mile profit, all right? So then I'm going to try to shoot it for $250, opposed to, all right, I tell you what, it's going 500. It's $500 going 300 miles. That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You break it down, that's less than $2 a mile, all right? And they're gonna give it to that person because their costs are they don't have no at home bills, and all they need to do is make $200 a day. You fucking the industry up. In my opinion, I feel like this is where the industry gets fucked up, is when people run off of how much I need to make a day, and let's say I only need to make $200 a day for me to be satisfied, they will settle for fucking loads that are $400, $500, $600 that should be paying way more than that. And those are the ones that set the market to where it is. Like, and that's when you call up the brokers and they say, hey, listen, I've been moving this all day. Because you call and you be like, man, damn, that rate's too low, man. I could do it for like 800. Nah, I've been moving these all day for 500. When you hear the broker tell you that, the one that's fucking that up and stepping on it is the ones who are looking at cost per day. All I need to make is $300 a day. And they running them shits for $600 because they made $300 when that rate, or you could have probably got that load to move for $800 and made everybody in the industry money. Not only the guys with cost of operation per day, but also the ones who's looking at it of cost of operation per mile, right? In my humblest opinion, I feel like those are the dudes that's fucking the rates up for those that's on the spot market. Once again, I ain't on spot market no more, okay? I've had my fair share of that shit. I don't want to see it no more. I'm Gucci on all that, all right? I want contract freight, all right? To me, when you have contract freight, you can set it where it is a cost per day because it's contracted. It's going to be the same thing. You don't got to negotiate it. You don't got until, you know, it's locked in for a certain term, okay? So then I could look at it as in cost per day because it's a contract opposed to cost per mile when I'm on the spot market. On the spot market, you're trying to get the best rate that you can for the load that you're carrying because essentially it's either leftovers or it's mom and pops. But we have drivers out here that will look at things as cost per day, and because your cost is $200 a day and everybody else's may be $400 or they're trying to make more of a profit margin, you will be the one who will take that load for cheap because it makes you profit and you feel like, oh well. And that'd be the same ones at TQL and Coyote will say, I've been moving it all day for $400 or $500. Yeah, because the cost per day cats that's going to take it and fuck the rates up. Just my humblest opinion, all right? Listen, my 30-minute break is up, all right? Like I said, I might need to create a show called The Herd Show, okay? Herd, whenever I hear something. But anyway, I'm still thinking about putting together the show called Live with Lo call-in show. Maybe start that next Monday. Maybe start that this Monday. If I start this Monday, I'll send out a notification to everybody. Things of that nature. Sorry I wasn't able to read y'all comments and shit. But I got 2 more hours to go before I get back to Charlotte. All right, and I'm trying to beat the 4:85, 4 o'clock, 4:30 rush hour traffic. So my 30-minute break is up. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me here today. Blessings on blessings on blessings to everybody. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, please do get down in the comments section. And to my people that's watching me live, shouts to everyone, man. Sorry I wasn't able to answer y'all questions, but like I said, I just wanted to bring this real quick video to y'all because this is what I heard. What I heard, okay? What I heard. Share this out, man, for those to understand, because that's what this is about, is educating. All right? Educating, man. Educating. Yeah. Each one teach one. I heard that one too. I like that saying though. Each one teach one. I like that one. But anyway, to the next video, man. Y'all stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, like being safe as always. Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners, and we winning all day right here at Trucking with Loshawnparks, man. Listen. Also, before I leave, don't nobody get in their bag about this, all right? Like, ooh, he talking about me. I'm just saying in general, dog. This is what it is, all right? A moment of truth. Salute! Yeah.